All right, we are looking at the Left 4 Dead campaigns.
Anything with the newer survivors is mid.
Jesus, already with this shit.
Cope?
Shut the fuck up. We are ranking the campaigns, not the survivors.
Can I just say that the new survivors aren't as memorable as the old ones? But at least they have distinct characteristics, unlike Back 4 Blood's characters.
What a dog shit game.
Something we can universally agree on. Now to the list.
No Mercy is easily the most iconic campaign. Every chapter is an interesting location.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you think sewers are an interesting location.
The big city urban setting is perfect for the game. I don't know how you can't put this at SS tier.
I agree. The game starts off with an absolute banger of a campaign.
If you like dull gray concrete, look, I'd say A tier, maybe S. It's an iconic campaign for sure, but to me every chapter looks the same.
Wrong.
Just put it in S. It's a wonderful campaign. Let's move along.
Fake news. Obama, you're going to drag down this whole list, aren't you?
Can we just move on to Crash Course? This one not only is boring and gray, but it's only 2 chapters.
It's fine. It also has a cool-ass truck.
The Dawn of the Dead truck is a nice touch, but this campaign is pretty forgettable.
Death Toll is almost as good as No Mercy. The church crescendo is one of the most memorable parts of the game, and the small American town of Riverside is very well done.
My problem is that those 2 parts don't carry the rest of the campaign, which is pretty forgettable.
Hard agree. The finale isn't anything special either, and getting to it is annoying. I always get a goddamn tank spawn just before it.
Get good. What about the first 2 maps? Tell me the tunnel and sewers weren't memorable.
Wonderful, another map in the sewer. You spent a lot of time in there, I'm sure.
Your opinions belong in the sewer. Ugly locations are good for horror games. It matches the tone and atmosphere.
Left 4 Dead is a horror game?
Hardly.
It's a zombie game, guys, and the first Left 4 Dead's campaigns perfectly match that tone.
I'm throwing this in B and moving on.
What a shock, not giving anything actual thought for the sake of moving forward. You're weak.
Can we please talk about Dead Air? This is easily my favorite campaign of the first game.
I would not say it's better than No Mercy, but it's a hell of a fun campaign.
For an urban map, the orange fiery glow and the theme of the city on fire is a nice atmospheric touch.
The plane crash, though, I stop and watch it every time.
But the finale is perhaps one of the easiest in the series.
You need an easier finale to balance out the terminal map. Holy shit, a crescendo and one of the hardest gauntlets.
Hard? Just 1 boomer bile and you can walk to the safe room like Death Toll. It only has 2 memorable maps. I also hate that construction site crescendo.
I like the crane and the construction site. Nothing about this campaign was weak or mid. Best scenery and maps of Left 4 Dead hands down.
Can we settle on A?
I would ask you second guess that take.
Honestly, A seems fair.
Moving to Blood Harvest, I actually like this one quite a bit.
It's too open and bland, very forgettable.
Forgettable? It is the most scenic and different from all the other campaigns in the first game.
I like the finale. It's very much like the Night of the Living Dead. Other than that, the campaign is kind of mid.
If you like repetitive scenery, then these maps are your taste.
If you like a little more color than every other campaign so far, you mean?
Swamp Fever did the natural scenery better with more variety.
You only like this one because you're a tree hugger, Obama?
It's going in B. Next one.
Dead Center is a classic for the mall setting alone.
For only 4 chapters, it feels like a full campaign.
The gun store in the car was lit, but the finale kind of sucks.
You're not going to diss this finale.
Yeah, collecting cans is so much fun. I really hate this gimmick.
It can be tedious, but at least it's different than survival mode light.
So it's scavenge mode light.
No, Joe is correct. The added challenge gives the finale more flavor. The campaign as a whole is an easy S.
You're not putting it up there with No Mercy.
It's good, but it's not Dead Air good.
Seriously, you're going to make me put this in B? It's going in A.
This list is getting worse with each campaign. Holy shit.
Can we get through the next 2, please?
The sacrifice is great. The passing sucks.
Both are mid as fuck.
The passing has a unique, colorful neon tone, while the sacrifice looks like a pile of bland gray matter.
Bill didn't die for this shit. The story of the sacrifice alone is high tier.
Seeing both sets of survivors together in the passing was nice, and having the conclusion of the first 4 story felt satisfying. But overall, both campaigns felt a little lacking.
What was that dog shit gauntlet in the passing? The tank in the train car was so much better. Oh, and another collect the can finale. How original and fun.
The only sewer map you didn't like has the new survivors. Way to show your bias, Donnie.
Sacrifice hard A, the passing hard C.
Neither of them belong down with Crash Course.
Fuck it, Bees. We need to talk SS tier.
Dark Carnival is fun, but it's extremely overrated.
Best campaign of the game, high S if not SS.
The most creative atmosphere, the most crazy finale, all around top tier. Every single map is SS.
I think I have to agree, the campaign is very charming.
Holy shit, Dick riding Biden. The campaign is so overplayed.
It's goated and you're outvoted.
Remind you of Election Day?
Just like Election Day, this list is absolute fraud, stolen by DNC bootlickers. I'm bringing someone else to the call who also has had their campaign stolen by you guys.
Oh, Christ.
Hey, boys, what the hell is this shit?
A Left for Dead tier list.
This looks pretty standard and unoffensive. Not the most correct opinions, but certainly not the worst.
We're on Swamp Fever now.
Yeah, not my favorite. Now, let me be clear. I like all the green atmosphere, and it was an interesting setting, but it drags.
The finale was a decent map in the White House itself.
Worst campaign so far, being forced to move slow in a boring, green, repetitive swamp.
You dislike anything original, Drumpf.
Wow, that was more cringe than Crooked Hillary.
I think we might be able to agree on C tier.
Horseshit, why are you still in this call?
I'm here to see Hard Rain into SS tier.
Kick him, please.
Crazy Bernie is gone. Put Swamp Fever in D and Hard Rain into C.
Swamp Fever is at the very least C.
Moving on to Hard Rain. Hardly a mid-campaign, but not top tier by any means.
Easily a mid-campaign. Sure, the storm is cool at first, but it gets old fast, and you're playing a map with not only slowed movement, but low visibility. It's also only 2 maps stretched to 4.
The campaign is creative and fun. Also, if you know the layout, you don't spend much time in the water.
I'm thinking A possibly. My only real issue with the campaign is the finale.
Yeah, this might just be the easiest and lamest one yet. You can sleep through the entire finale just to wipe when a tank spawns on top of the rescue vehicle.
That alone should drop it to B tier.
All right, the parish, what are we thinking here?
Best campaign in the second game.
It's decent, but some of the maps really drag on and feel very samey.
The New Orleans architecture and setting adds a lot of good atmosphere to these maps. I think we can all agree it's a decent campaign.
Throw it in S.
I honestly think it's A or B, but for the sake of getting this over with, I'll give you the rating.
Oh God, I just saw what we have next.
Coldstream?
Throw it in D and forget it exists.
Now hold on a moment.
Shut the fuck up. This campaign was a mistake. Did you ever play the beta? It had fucking bullet time and laughable cutscenes.
This isn't the beta.
It's really not much better. Horrible finale, agonizing gauntlet, that shit with the giant boulder. If they dropped this from the game, no one would give a shit.
This campaign was a mess in the beta, but they fixed a lot of it up. The forest fire and river were interesting ideas, but yeah, this one wasn't done very well.
I had high hopes when Valve said they were adding a modder's work to the game. However, this campaign overall was disappointing.
Play 2 Evil Eyes and wonder what batch of ketamine Valve was snorting when they picked this shit up.
Finally on to Last Stand.
Good, solid 2 maps done by talented modders. What Coldstream should have been.
Easy A, even though it's short, it's enjoyable and charming.
The finale is difficult, and so is the crescendo. Honestly, I think we are only ranking it high because it's the last campaign and it came after Coldstream.
This is the only finale with can collecting that's half decent.
More survivor bias.
Fuck it, we're done here.
Embarrassing trash list.
Isn't it always?